Shabbat Shalom, everyone. This Shabbos is a very special Shabbos, Shabbos Mivarchim Kislev, the Shabbos which we bless the upcoming month of miracles. Kislev is the month that we light the menorah, we bring light into this world. And it's also, this Shabbos is known as the International Conference of Chabad Rabbis. I was in New York yesterday to visit the Rebbe's OL, the Rebbe's gravesite, together with thousands of shluchim from around the world. And I'll be back on Sunday night for the annual convention, which will be 7,000 people in the New Jersey Expo, and each one their own light, their own menorah, to light up the community in which they live in. And this week's Torah portion, Parshat Chayei Sarah, the life of Sarah, is the parsha in which Sarah dies. So why does it say Chayei Sarah? The name of the parsha is Chayei Sarah, the life of Sarah, when in the first, right in the beginning of the Torah portion, it's Sarah dies. It's actually when Abraham goes to buy her gravesite, her cave of Machpelah, and that's why it's also the Shabbos, also known as Shabbos Hebron. As Shabbat, the whole Hebron is full of people. 30,000 people go to Hebron. They opened up a special area of Isaac, which is generally off limits to the Jewish community, only to the Muslim community. And it's called the life of Sarah when it's all about the death of Sarah. And the answer is that in this week's Torah portion is when Yitzchak is found a wife, when Abraham sends Eliezer to go and get his future daughter-in-law Rebecca, and how he finds her. We find tremendous, almost three aliyot talking about how he goes and finds his daughter, his future daughter-in-law. She's kind. She goes to the water of the well. Not only does she feed Eliezer, the servant, but he also feeds the camels. And it's so unique that she says she feeds the camels water, because camels don't need water. Camels are able to survive in 6 months without water. Nevertheless, we find this beautiful girl, which will ultimately continue the legacy of Sarah. And so even though Sarah dies in this week's Torah portion, her name is Chayei Sarah, the life of Sarah, because this is the Torah portion in which her life continues. Because without having a son and future daughter-in-law, her legacy would end. Her legacy would not cease to exist. And so we learn from the Chayei Sarah, the life of Sarah. Why is it called Chayei Sarah, the life of Sarah, instead of the death of Sarah? It's because this is the Torah portion, which her next generation will continue. And from there, the next generation, from Isaac and Rebekah will come Jacob, will become Yaakov, and Rachel and Leah. And so this is the generation, the parsha in which the next generation continues on to her life. And teach us the power of continuity, the power of educating our children. And this is we have the responsibility to make sure that our next generation of children are going to be Jewish, and they're going to marry Jewish, and they're going to continue the laws of Judaism and continue the life of being a Jewish individual. And when we do that, that is really how we continue our legacy. That's how we continue ourselves, even post-mortem, to be alive. And so Shabbat Shalom, everyone, as we go into the Shabbos of Shabbos Mivarchim, the Shabbos we blessed the month of light. Let's make sure we bring light into this world. We bring light of Judaism. I went to visit an office on Wednesday, and one of the women there were telling me that we were discussing about Hanukkah. She asked me when Hanukkah is, and said Hanukkah is in a month from now. And she said when she was a kid, Hanukkah wasn't this great celebration. It was just a thing. They lit a menorah. Today there's gifts and there's lighting menorahs. And I explained to her this is something that the Rebbe really revolutionized. In the 1950s and 1960s, starting to put up these massive menorahs on every single street corner, and all of these events to make Hanukkah enjoyable, to make Hanukkah as big as a holiday season as the other holiday season going on. And so it's all about bringing joy and light into our life, into our spirituality. That is how we're going to make our children even greater Jewish people than we are. Not by talking about going to synagogue on Yom Kippur, and talking about going to, mourning on Tisha B'Av, and talking about anti-Semitism, which is obviously very important, but that is not Judaism. Judaism isn't anti-Semitism. Judaism isn't what people hate us. Judaism is about joy and life. The J of Judaism is about joy. And the more joyous we are going to make our children love Judaism, is they're going to remain Jewish. If we just talk about them, how people despise us and the things that are going on in this world, obviously we can't ignore it. And obviously we have to teach our children about anti-Semitism as well. But that's not where Judaism ends. Judaism begins with joy, with happiness, with bringing them to shul, with coming to celebrations, and with that, they will make sure that the next generation will also be Chayei Sarah, the life of Sarah. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We'll see you tonight, 6 p.m., tomorrow morning, 10:15.